Welcome, angry faithful, to the Friday What the Hell, where we get into political banter that we found on the internet or just regular stupid stuff that we found on the internet. Anyways, yeah, we're going to talk about the first thing that comes to mind, and Putin wants the US dollar. This is kind of funny. No, that's not what it. There we go. Let me get this in here. Breaking news. Russia is considering moving back to the US dollar as part of the world wide range economic partnership with President Trump, per Bloomberg. Russia is considered moving back to the US dollar as part of from Bloomberg, yes. The partnership would include U.S. and Russia working together on fossil fuels, joint investments in natural gas, offshore oil, and critical rare earth material. Windfalls for U.S. companies. Russia's return to the U.S. statement system. It's finalized this deal will change the global economy. Saying that, we can actually say BRICS is possibly done with it, can't we?
It's on his way out. Trump's doing a really good job of countering it and getting rid of it.
Yeah, which is nice. I didn't force.
Impact on BRICS. Analysts suggest a Russian return to the dollar could fracture the unity of the BRICS bloc and undermine the credibility of alternative payment systems like BRICS Pay.
Yeah, which is kind of weird that they've been trying to do this for, what did we say? It was like 10, 15 years. They were doing that. Hey, hello, how are you going? They were doing this for like a couple of years, trying to do the BRICS. And if you don't know, BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China. What was the S for? Sweden?
11 members. Original is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. In 2024, they expanded and added Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and the United Arab Emirates. And 2025, Indonesia joined January 6th, and Saudi Arabia finalized 25. Oh, Panda has joined us. We love pandas. My wife has pandas. She's got over 100 pandas. But they stopped selling the whole set called Pandemonium for the bathroom right when we were trying to order it.
So glad you saw that squirrel, Bill.
If anyone doesn't know, someone just made a comment and his name has Panda in it. So, just a slight distraction.
I know. We're talking, what is this about? I mean, the title is Putin wants the US dollar. We're talking about how BRICS is actually coming down because Russia decided to use the US is in negotiations with us to use the US dollar instead of the what is there? Is it just the BRICS currency? Trust?
It's trying to get away from the U.S. dollar. Actually, I think. Hold on a sec.
Well, I know it's supposed to get away from using the U.S. dollar. And I'm a child of the '80s. I really don't trust Russians. Even if I had a Russian wife, I still don't trust her in bed. I think she was a Russian spy.
Okay. It's aimed at getting rid of the dollar. It doesn't have its own currency like the EU does. It is just the goal is de-dollarization. And I don't.
Well, with China, okay, the reason why BRICS is probably going under right now, Russia's trying to go to the dollar. We already verified that. China is having a civil war right now, and a lot of their even currency is just basically going away only because they're having 2023 have a housing crisis just like we did in 2008. So they were banking on Venezuela oil to make a lot of money off of, and all right, what do you don't not understand about? It's not random stuff.
Does he have a particular interested topic?
Yeah. What kind of talk do you want to talk about, dude? Don't matter.
We'll give it a shot. Although I have spent the last few days pretty much focusing on what's going on with AI, power, data centers.
Hold on. I got something for that.
And these fucking traitors in Munich.
We'll get to that.
The traitors in Munich. Do you know about the traitors in Munich?
Bill, hold on. Yeah. When I say hold on.
Fucking bastards.
Here's the thing for AI. I love it.
We need to build more data centers. AI needs it.
To cure cancer, right? We're curing cancer.
And she has
right?
big old titties.
We need to build more.
That's so funny. Anyways.
Yeah. Titties. Yeah.
Anyways. Two other things that's actually happened. They I don't know how far it's gotten, but the SAFE Act, I think, has passed. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, fat chance on that.
No, it passed in the Senate.
No, it passed in the House.
No, it passed in the Senate because JD Vance just halved it.
If it did,
it was 50-50, and he said any nays. It just
was to advance it, not to pass it. It needs 60 votes to pass. They had to advance it to get a floor vote. Yeah, there's no way in hell. There's I don't know, maybe one or two Republicans against it. Fetterman is for it, but it isn't. And then Murkowski just threatened to, as I saw a little blurb on it, leave the Republican Party. I'm like, she isn't a Republican anyway. Get her out of there. Then she won't be involved in any of our committees, meetings. You kick her off all of that shit. So leave.
Yeah. Well, this is just get the randomness out of that. Here's another thing.
Oh, I think we got that backwards.
What?
Has he been on here before, or is he like
troll
material?
Probably troll material.
Because he doesn't understand a single thing. Period. I'm just saying random stuff. Oh. It isn't that he didn't understand us. It's he is just saying random stuff.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to get benefits to my high school English teacher that you need to learn how to do that punctuation and everything because I didn't like that woman.
Whenever I see anything about, and we probably can't really technically say his name, the E person in files when I see people make a comment
Oh, the
about
Epstein.
it. Yeah, YouTube will ding you for it. I just put a asterisk, yawn. I'm through that, and I'm really tired of Missing Persons Network. Of course, I look up Missing Persons Network. I look up missing 11 days, 12 days now, Missing Persons Network. No, things are going on in the world, not just one person missing.
Yeah, because we were talking about this on Wednesday.
Why?
Bill,
It's
hold on.
not even worth talking about.
No, Bill, let me finish.
The world is exploding.
Bill, stop.
Jeffries comes out a little while ago saying, "Oh, it's all the Republicans' fault. The shutdown."
Well, me and Trey were talking about
sugar up.
Okay. Me and Trey were talking about stuff that we were trying to have a good conversation about. And one of the things was I was talking to him about what's going on with China, like Xi Jinping having a heart. From what I found out, and I needed to call people to see if I can get some actual news on it. But the president of China apparently had an aneurysm and a heart attack. And well, you're allowed to have your opinion and it's not really ruining most of it. Most of it just want to be blocked because they wanted to have it against Trump. They did a lot of times when Obama was in office that they just didn't want him to have any kind of win or anything like that. It's both parties, really.
They need to blow up the filibuster, because then you can say Republicans are running this mess. But until these fucking whiny ass Republicans don't blow up the filibuster, they are not, because we need 60 votes to get a damn thing passed, and they know it.
Yeah.
And we got reamed on the budget bill. Totally reamed. All because Republicans always lose in the messaging of the budget of a shutdown, because the treasonous progressive media backs them up and go, "Oh, it's Republicans' fault." Republicans. No, we needed 60 votes. So in the last budget bill, we gave in. Doge cuts reversed, all kinds of cuts reversed. But two things Trump wanted: the ability to continue with his vision of the Golden Dome, and the ability of the military to keep doing military actions. And Greenland, which goes along with the Golden Dome. He fought for those three things. He actually got increased military spending for the Golden Dome.
But $1.4 trillion though?
No, that's not. No, this is little stuff. 20 billion here, 10, 20 there. No, he's asking for it in the next year's budget. He's asking for 1.4 or something trillion. But to get all that, he gave up Doge cuts being reversed.
Which I knew that all that stuff was basically a hey, we're gonna drop back on it. We just wanted to find out about that stuff. No, he should have fucking taken care of it.
No, he tried. They couldn't codify it. The only thing they codified is in the rescission package. They codified about $9 billion. And that was okay. The Doge cuts were there. The Doge cuts are what helped pay for the One Big Beautiful Bill. Then UN funding. He cut a lot of programs at the UN. That's fine. He could do that. He cut a lot of green. He cut a lot of green funding, like the wind farm off the coast. He said we're cutting that. In the budget bill, he had to restore all of it. Otherwise, Democrats wouldn't vote for it. Then Democrats promised, okay, you give us all the stuff we want back, and we'll vote for it. And then what happens? Oh, we want the DHS shit. No, fuck you. They should have told it to burn in hell. But then it would have shut down,
Well,
and the
they
treasonous
separate-
progressive media would have
Bill.
blamed Republicans.
Well, Bill, they actually separated that completely out of the next bill.
Right. And they shouldn't have. And
No,
the House,
No.
Jeffries in the House didn't want it separated.
no, because I hate that freaking big freaking bus bill where you can put anything in there. No, this whole thing should have been separated.
Not a budget.
No. This is how I know they're allowed to do it since 1975, and it was the stupidest fucking thing they actually voted on to. What it is okay. We have this bill. We vote on this bill. That's it. Not one big stack of like a lot of it is pig fat. They needed to just cut out.
But this isn't exactly that. It's a budget. It's one budget. It's everything to do
I
with
understand
money.
that.
So that's not what you're talking about is bills where they stick a bunch of shit in it.
But they still stick shit into this too. And DHS isn't having any kind of problem because in the big beautiful bill they got like I think about $15 billion. So a lot of stuff is a lot of government programs and everything are going to take like they're going to have problem with TSA and some other stuff. They're good for the like ICE. What a lot of people are trying to do is like, they need to get rid of money from ICE. Guess what? They're funded for the entire year. That bill doesn't do anything. If they go, no, we want this, they're literally acting out like they actually know what they're doing when it's already been passed.
But Democrats are trying to put exceptions into it that would control that money. And they can do that.
Yeah, they can do that because of the part of Congress. But the whole thing is they can really just say no. That's the reason why they should separate that part. I'm perfectly fine with them separating that and them trying to negotiate with each personnel. Hey, this is how this should go. And this is how this should go. I'm totally all right with that. But here's the thing. It should every budget part should be voted up separately. I mean, it takes time. They got like 2 years to do that stuff. It's just I don't like big bills like that. Those omni bills, I hate them. Big bus bills, no. It's ridiculous because they usually put something in there that's stupid ridiculous.
Well, if you want to see an example of how that goes, Ronnie Jackson, our representative.
Yeah.
Okay, there were STEM programs that were part of the Doge cuts, and those were reversed, but he would have wanted some reversed because they helped us in Wichita County. And that's where the problem comes in. We go, oh, yeah, that helped us. Hey, in Tennessee, don't you do that. You're wasting money. But it helped us. So that's how crap gets put in is helps me. And then they go, no, it doesn't help me. So get rid of it. It's supposed to be gotten rid of. That's how things get in the bill. Different Congress people helping their districts. And I looked at what got put back in that Ronnie Jackson did. A lot of stuff for Shepherd Air Force Base. He got a lot of stuff solidifying that base.
Oh,
but
good.
it would have been cut. And people are like, yeah, that should be cut. We reversed that. And we're like, yeah, but we like that. And that's how the budget works. Different people, their own districts.
Yeah, I understand that. But the way that they are putting it is okay. Every representative, it should be like maybe about 400 and how many seats are in the House? 465, maybe a little bit more than that.
The issue isn't a budget bill and a big budget bill. The issue is when
Bill, what I'm trying to get at is how many people are in the House. Like,
does that count? 435 members,
okay,
but I'm not exactly sure that can vary. Like there's people that were just elected in special elections. There's people been out, people
that's
left.
fine. That's fine.
So overall, the
What I'm
actual,
trying to get in, what I'm
if
trying to,
everyone's there,
what I'm trying to get, oh, nice. Istanbul. That's cool. What I'm trying to get at is maybe have 400 and how many people that are seated in the House. That's how many pages you have. Okay. Which each section can go on. Then they can scrap it down and cut it out. Okay. That should be the bill. I was like, if you're going for the budget, get the main stuff. It was like, hey, we need money for the military, health and services for like Medicare, you know.
the budget is voted on.
I got that, Bill. I
as
got that.
one total number.
I know that, Bill.
A dollar figure. You can't add up a dollar figure of all these other bills and go, okay, here's the dollar figure.
Why can't you do that? You can go into, okay, me and you, when we're trying to figure out how much we have to spend for this month,
we look at every expense. We don't look at
every
each piece of expense. We have to add everything up, and it has to equal this.
I get that. You can do that. That's totally fine. But why can't you do that instead of going in and saying, oh, well, we won't want this because I don't want to pay for your electric bill because you didn't cut my grass this week, but I don't have to cut your grass. You live in an apartment complex. I'm still upset that you didn't cut my grass. So I'm not going to help you pay the electric bill, your electric bill. That's basically what you're saying. That's a stupid, simple thing. What a lot of these, and this is both Republican and Democrats, okay? They don't want to agree on a budget because, oh, I have to try to get revoted in my own district again. And if I do anything that goes with the current president and he's not part of my team, then I can't help you out. That's what they're fucking saying. And I understand that's what they're saying on camera. And it was sometimes what they say when they're, I mean, some of them just hate each other. Like a lot of people just don't like Ted Cruz. I can understand. Understandable. But get over it. Your job, both Republican and Democrat, is to work with the people of these United States and make sure we're taken care of. Not because you think you should be we should be taken care of this way. Everybody's upset about ICE. Oh, they're going in. We've already said this to the extent of possible you could possibly do. They're not supposed to go door to door. They're supposed to go to the jail to pick those people up. But because sanctuary cities, which they're finally making something to make those things illegal, which they're voting on this week. Which, will it go through? No, because they don't want it for the people. Because
basically, and this is something that I don't like, it's a show vote.
It is.
That's it. It's a show vote.
This is what most of this stuff is. It's a show vote. And it's ridiculous. Start working. Everybody's going totally mind fucked because all the stuff that's happening on the news and seeing, oh, ICE is bad because of XYZ. One, ICE shouldn't have been in those situations right there because of the sanctuary cities. They should have been able to pick them up in the jail. Okay. I'm not going to repeat myself again. Okay. That is the law, and that's how it should have been. All those people that died shouldn't have died because it's their fault. Not ICE's, but their government. Minnesota. You wanted to do a sanctuary city and protect your voters. Well, guess what? Pretty soon you're going to have voter ID. Everybody else is. Do I think it's going to pass? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Who cares? I would rather have that. And guess what? The United States populace wants it. Are the same thing with getting illegal immigrants that are violent criminals out and getting them off the streets. Guess what? And if you say, "Oh, it's like Democrats, Republicans are bad for this," no, everybody wants it. Everybody wants the people that Biden let in. And yes, that's what he did. He let in 2.5 million people. Obama did a better job getting rid of illegal immigrants than even Trump could even imagine. And then we have an idiot go in, and the administration, not Biden, because he was a moron, goes in, and his administration, we're going to make everything unicorns and puppy love and everything. Come on in. We need your votes. You're going to vote Democrat when we get you in here, right? Okay, cool. That's what it was. And I listened to that one book, The Invisible Coup. Dude, yes, this is ridiculously accurate what they were doing. And it's the same thing happening in Europe right now. Because Spain right now is fucked.
What was it? 500,000, and he wants to immediately make them legal. And it's from India.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. Canada, it's from India. Australia, it's from India.
Yeah.
UK, Islamic. It has nothing to do with race.
No.
It's a migration. And let me go ahead and play a really good video montage of what has been said in the past. Come on.
Even as we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws. Undocumented workers broke our immigration laws, and I believe that they must be held accountable.
They've committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked, they're gone.
No great nation can be in a position where they can't control their borders.
While we need to address the issue of immigration and the challenge we have of undocumented people in our country, we certainly don't want any more coming in.
Every place in this country are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more, by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens.
Illegal immigration is wrong, plain and simple. When we use phrases like undocumented workers, we convey a message to the American people that their government is not serious about combating illegal immigration, which the American people overwhelmingly oppose. If you don't think it's illegal, you're not going to say it. I think it is illegal and wrong.
Open the borders. My God, you know, there's a lot of poverty in this world, and you're going to have people from all over the world. And I don't think that's something that we can do at this point. Can't do it.
Yes or no? Would you allow the cities to ignore the federal law?
No.
We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented, unchecked, and circumventing the line of people who are waiting patiently, diligently, and lawfully to become immigrants in this country.
Here's the funny okay. Japan, on the other hand, is doing the opposite. Or they're going out. They're basically making Pokemon Go. You can go up and they're giving 50,000 bounties on anybody that helps out with getting illegals out of their borders.
And she ran, they ran against her. The people who ran against her called her the female Donald Trump, trying to make her lose, and it helped her win.
It also ripped out their parliament. Their parliament is right wing now.
There's their parliament.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything except this little part right here. She just blew it away in that snap. I think it was a snap election she called. Right-wing parties in Japan now hold 80% of the seats in the House.
Yeah. So basically, they're trying to get rid of all this stuff and trying to make us look bad and everything, or like they just want to make the party fail. Okay.
Well, the issue is around the world they've looked and they're looking at America and going, we can control our borders, and they're doing it. And it's the people who don't want that inspiration for the other countries that are trying to stop Trump. And here was a good one from Poland.
It's muted, Bill.
Oops.
And you're proud of that?
There we
How
go.
many refugees has Poland taken?
0.
And you're proud of that?
If you are asking me, if you're asking me about Muslims illegal immigration, none, not even one will come to Poland. Not even one if it's illegal. We took over 2 million Ukrainians who are working, who are peaceful in Poland. We will not receive even one Muslim because this is what we promised.
But I asked
This
not
quota
about
system
illegal
failed.
immigrants. I asked about refugees. And Jean-Claude Juncker, the Commission President, says that you're racist. You sound proud of the fact that you haven't taken any refugees.
Of course, because this is what our people expecting from our government. That's number one. This is why our government was elected. But this is why Poland is so safe. This is the reason why we had not even one terrorist attack. Look at the streets in Poland. And we can be called populists, nationalists, racists. I don't care. I care about my family and about my country.
Ms. Lockbeal, I mean,
the lowest unemployment in European Union is Poland. The highest GDP after COVID in European Union is Poland. One of the lowest debts in European Union is Poland. So don't give us this rubbish about the need of educated immigration, as we heard yesterday. We don't need your doctors. We don't need your engineers. Take them all and pay for them. We don't need them. You know why? Because there's 0 terrorist attacks in Poland. Why? Because there is no illegal migration in Poland. So don't give me this look. Don't give me these arguments about the populism, because this is a fact. This is your data from Eurostat. So we don't need your engineers. We don't need your doctors. Take them. Do not teach us. Do not teach us about democracy, because we know what the democracy is. So learn from Poland, be like Poland. Thank you very much.
Be like Poland.
And you talking about getting rid of a lot of the green energy stuff. Let's see here. No, that's not it. There it is. Guess what Trump did?
Yeah.
This is from the White House X page. That is hilarious. So I have it on my car. I found out a way to bypass it. It takes a lot of effort, so I'm just gonna press the button every time I get in my car. But yeah. Apparently the Biden administration signed in something to where it's supposed to the on off stop start when you stop at a stoplight helps.
I think that was Obama that originally it phased in, but I think Obama originally signed it.
I just said I just said
Biden.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, it was. You're right. It is Obama. It was about Obama. Because I watched the whole.
Well,
thing.
I mean, you could call it O'Biden because it's the same thing. Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And you know, Poland talking about illegal immigration. Another one came up. Latvia sent a message. Now, Poland actually pays a fine to the EU for not allowing illegal immigration that they call refugees. And Latvia just came out and spoke. Foreign minister stated that Latvia will not accept migrants under EU migration pact and will not pay their fines. Gonna see how that works. That'll be interesting.
That will be interesting because I was wondering. I actually wonder how that would happen because, I mean, think about it.
Poland's been paying fines to the EU for not adhering to their migration pact.
Okay, why can't they get out of the EU? What benefits of them being in the EU have? Is it like being in the EU? The only thing I can think about is being in the EU is like having the United States. I mean, we can go to Oklahoma. We don't have to have a passport. So if each and every one of those states was like it used to be, like different territories, it would basically be different governments. But is it like having a central territories type thing? Because I know if you're in like France and you're coming in from like different places, you have to have a passport, even if you're going from like Germany to France.
Okay, economic prosperity, the single market, common currency, and global trading power to trade as a bloc instead of individual little countries. Freedom of movement, like you were saying, consumer protection, they have laws, educational opportunities, they have nationwide peace and security. I don't see it. Democratic standards, no. You've got Ursula, who runs is the head of the EU, and she's an unelected bureaucrat, and they're controlling. They're fascist. They're controlling it. Their censorship is just absolutely insane. And yeah, that's another topic. Let's remember to get into that. Their censorship kind of goes along with what's happening with NATO that I want to get into.
Okay, get into it.
Okay, right now, if you look at any video on the situation with NATO or Greenland that has European people commenting in it. It is all America, the evil empire. They're doing this. We need to fight the Americans. What was funny is I look at that and I asked an AI, I said, okay, when you see Americans posting, they talk about what's actually going on. When you see under a YouTube video or whatever, the Europeans, it's all the same messaging. And he said, well, it's because of propaganda like such and such and such and such. And what was funny is those are the videos. Those are the video sources that I often watch in there. But what they're looking at is, okay, in Greenland, we've got this project, this Arctic Sentry.
Okay.
That's gathering up there. Are you familiar with the Arctic Sentry? That they've sent NATO nations up to Greenland. It's to protect Greenland from evil Americans. We will fight them. We will shoot them. But you know what?
There was only like
agrees.
45 people.
Trump supports it. It's being led by an American general. Yet none of the Europeans commenting about it know that. They think it's an anti-American force to stop evil Americans. But it's being run by an American general. Now, here's the neatest thing. Greenland. He wants Greenland for the Golden Dome. Yeah, no, he doesn't want to mine rare earth minerals. He wants to stop it. They want right of first refusal so they can keep China and Russia from harvesting the rare earth minerals, but we don't want it. It's too difficult to get. He's making deals all over the place. But we have Patufik, the military base up there, and we're spending over $320 million. It was signed started during Biden's term. Well, actually, some of this, the ball got rolling under Trump, and then the funding continued under Biden. But we've got over $320 million. We're upgrading that base. That is a pivotal part of the Golden Dome. So what did Trump do? At Davos, all these people, he met with NATO generals. And if you heard it, there was a comment about Denmark, and he said, I'm not meeting with Denmark. They're not relevant. He'll probably lose next year and later this year, and he'll get an election. They're not relevant. So all these people are saying, oh, Trump backed out of his push for Greenland because of Denmark, and he's afraid of them. No, he had to back away because in the budget bill, they were trying to stop him. Murkowski for 2 weeks had tried to put crap in the budget bill that would stop him from having any dealings with NATO that they didn't like, that Democrats didn't like. And yes, I consider her a Democrat. They were trying to stop that. The Rand Paul was trying to stop it financially. He had to back off and wait till that budget bill was passed. He didn't back off because of Denmark. So what does he do? He supports Arctic Sentry. Then he rolls the Golden Dome into it as a part of a NATO defense. Now, this is great for Davos, the Euro trash who's yapping. NATO is going to be funding part of the Golden Dome now.
Really?
Hey, what he negotiated in Davos that everyone says, oh, we're attacking it. No, where is the Arctic Sentry? It's protecting Patufik, protecting the base. So he trolled Europe to get them to step up to have an Arctic presence.
Well,
he had no intention of attacking Greenland. He had no intention of taking it. Why do we want two permanent Democrat senators? That's what would happen if we'd have made that a state.
Okay. Yeah, you could actually see that in when Germany and France was actually taking down some of the shadow fleet. That was the whole thing. I mean, I could see the dramatic banter for news outlets and everything, just to keep them somewhat relevant, I guess. But in all reality, they were actually has like, hey, just do your job. That's all I'm asking. Do your fucking job.
Well, that's what happens. Pure propaganda. So they don't look at what the leaders say. Like I follow the leaders. I follow what like Modi actually says, not how the news media reports it. And their entire news media is just pure propaganda. And that's their Digital Services Act. It's going absolutely insane. Their censorship. So they want 100% control of the messaging. All of them are doing the same thing. In Canada, British Columbia came out with it. They're all going, we need to get rid of X. And so, and one of the governments in Canada, some of them, the provinces are like, oh yeah, we're instructing everyone to get off of X. So what do? Well, we're going to have these apps where they can get it themselves, or Blue Sky, which is where the absolute mindless liberals went. I call it Blue Cry.
Well, it's getting. I think that one's getting shut down pretty soon. It's losing funding.
Blue Cry.
Yeah.
Well, the media ban that we had talked about in Australia for the under 16. They banned X, Facebook, all of that. You've got to log in. You got to have official ID and all that, except Blue Sky. They allowed it.
Here's another thing that I've been tracking a lot of is Alberta trying to get independence. I'm looking right now. The real reason Alberta wants independence from Canada is simple. We are done being governed by people who oppose the industry that fund our economy. We cannot cap, tax, and block a province prosperity and expect loyalty forever. And this is the province of Alberta saying this. They're providing healthcare, social services, and everything for Ottawa, and Ottawa's not giving anything. So I think that's actually going to happen.
Well, the vote may happen, but then when one of the provinces almost split, I don't know, 20 years ago or something, they added a bunch of extra regulations, and after they vote, Alberta votes to split, all the provinces have to agree to let them split. There's a whole big screwball process that they put in place in was it 1990 when was it Quebec almost split? Yeah, they changed it so it's not just a simple vote and we're gone anymore.
Here's the thing, though. Okay,
but they want to, and Saskatchewan wants to go with them.
Yeah, I gathered that. Here's the thing, though. If I would let them, and I know Canada can't let them because it's their cash cow. They honestly can't. All the well, they're going broke anyways, but they really need. We need to step up and just go. Okay, you can't be an independent. We already said that we will take you in because, well, we don't want to send eagles over to your area because you got oil. But if you know, you know. Anyways,
I would be fine with them becoming an independent country.
I don't know about that. They're Republicans are too liberal for me.
Not in Alberta. Not in Alberta if it's split. I'm talking just Alberta or Alberta and Saskatchewan. They're never going to give Danielle a pipeline across Canada like she wants. And like Carney does his phony little agreement, says, yeah, we'll think about it. What they need to do is Alberta split, be an independent country. It would be possibly one of the richest countries in the world.
Yeah.
They can take and send a pipeline to the U.S. and we can route it to the coast. So they can export their oil. We would, of course, take a fee for letting them send their oil here and across. That's the best way for them to get oil to the coast. It'll never go through Canada, but they could send it down to us and we could put a pipeline as long as the liberal nut jobs don't get in charge and stop everything.
Yeah. Here's another thing that happened just now that I found. Apparently, AOC went to Germany to have talks, and it went as well as you think it went. This is hilarious.
Question to even arise. Would and should the U.S. actually commit U.S. troops to defend Taiwan if China were to move?
You know, I think that this is such a, you know, I think that this is of course a very longstanding policy of the United States. And I think what we are hoping for is that we want to make sure that we never get to that point. And we want to make sure that we are moving in all of our economic research and our global positions to avoid any such confrontation and for that question to even arise.
Would and should the U.S. actually...
So basically what she's saying is Trump is doing a good job bringing everything back to the United States. That's what.
Now, what she's over there doing is she's going to push the environmental issue. She is going to try to get the people of Greenland, who are heavily environmentalist, she is going to try to get them protesting to fight Trump. That's one of the big reasons she's over there. And that's what I started mentioning about Munich. And
yeah.
right now in Munich, you have Gavin Newsom, Gretchen Whitmer, Sheldon Whitehouse, Janine Shaheen, Ruben Gago, Chris Murphy, and Mark Kelly, and Mark Warner, and then some U.S. representatives, Alexandria Cortez, Jason Crow, and a few other attendees. And what they've done is they've broken the, one president at a time. They are creating a shadow policy that is undermining Trump. So basically, they're creating a second foreign policy, which, they should be jailed for that shit. They can't get over it that they lost. So they're trying to be like winners anyway. But the European leaders are seeing through that, I think, from my analysis I did over the last couple of days. And they may talk a good game but the leaders know you guys don't really have any power. So they're more or less doing it as a show for America, for Americans, for the 2028 campaign.
Which,
except some things like AOC and her environmentalist stuff. If she riles up people and gets them protesting, that could hurt us. Especially
no, Bill. I've been seeing some stuff that Kamala Harris is trying to get her AOC to be the vice president in her campaign.
Oh my God, that would be great. That would be a dead campaign. She would never. Kamala would never get through a primary.
But right now, Gavin Newsom's the one that's. I think Gavin Newsom's going to be the opponent for the next election. Which, if you don't know what's going on with California, and it was like, oh, California is doing all right, has the best GDP. Every billionaire is leaving. Every billionaire. You got all your GDP is going away.
I think was it Zuckerberg who just left for Florida this week?
Zuckerberg went to Florida. Chevron spent $1.1 billion to get out of California because of all the restrictions and everything. They literally paid money. It was like, we are leaving. I'm not done yet. The NHL is literally the NFL, not the NHL. The NFL is actually barring anywhere in California to do the Super Bowl ever again. They don't want the Super Bowl in California ever again because what happened this Super Bowl, The winner of the Super Bowl owes California $71,000 because what a lot of people don't understand is during the playoffs, once the playoffs hit, the players don't get paid. They get bonuses for winning and everything, but those players get literally they don't get that's not their season. They get paid for the season. They don't get played for the playoffs at all. Even in the Super Bowl, they didn't get paid for that. They get bonuses, and if they win, like if you win the Super Bowl, you get like $175 or $175,000. But because they were in California for 7 days, they tacked in a lot of the taxes and everything. And they owed, I believe, let me check something real quick because I posted on one of the comments. One of the guys was asking about it, and they wanted me to break it down. Basically, winning the Super Bowl, you get $178,000, but because it's in Cali and they have a jock tax, and they stayed there for 7 days, they owe California in taxes $249,000. So basically, every player from the Seahawks owes California $71,000 in taxes. So NFL is trying to get it to where they don't. California's not allowed to bid anymore to go have them go to the Super Bowl. So California is in shambles because of all the stupid laws. Virginia's up next. It's going down next. They have a lot of dumbass. Oh, man.
Well, and then
I understand the gun laws. That's your priority. Go for it. I don't care. They added in like a shit ton of taxes. And they raised the salaries of most of the people that were doing anything for the higher up governments. They bumped up their pay. And I hate to tell you this, Virginia, you voted for that. You honestly, you need to take a step back and look at the actual people that you're voting for and not look at Republican or Democrat. Go independent. Look at the independent people, okay? Look at them and see how they're going to do policies. Ask questions. Get involved into your government. Find out.
But she ran as a moderate.
Not the governor.
She bamboozled Spamberger. She bamboozled everyone. She ran as a well, and then but you got to watch out because
you could have probably did a little bit of deep dive and found out she was a charlatan. Honestly, those people can't. This is the internet age. We have super information. Unless you do something to the point to where you wipe it's like if I was going to go into politics and I wanted to make sure nobody understood what I was doing, I would wipe the podcast. That would be the first thing I would do.
Well, in Biden's 40-year history, he was a moderate.
Yeah.
None of the things he did in his 40-year history. Huh?
At what point in time do you think that man was in charge?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. He wasn't, but here's a few second thing on what's going on as far as how Democrats are going to work the next campaign.
I'm not a real Republican. Like, I'm telling people the truth. I knock on a door and I say I'm running in the Republican primary, but I'm not a Republican. I'm a progressive. I'm running as a Republican in the Republican primary for Congressional District 14 because that is where the actual competition happens in our gerrymandered district. It happens in the primaries. Like if you're in a district that is a lock for Democrats, that Democratic primary is where the competition is. And quite frankly, while the can't win strategy is about building for the long term and like building our bench and being ready for fair maps in 2030, we got to fucking win right now because
they're telling people to the Democrats already, I've got a list on them, telling their people to change to Republican, to vote for the person in primaries least likely to win, so that they'll win to go against the Democrats. And that's their strategy right now. That's not just a single example. She's doing it as a protest. So she's admitting she's a Democrat. She's admitting it as a protest. But they have a strategy right now that they're going to hide for the primary.
Okay. I'm going to give you an example of this. Okay. All right. This is a fine example. And I'll sponsor this right now. I'll get into this later. This. No, wrong freaking button. Look at this. That's the wrong, man. Why does it keep on doing that? I'm trying to do the split stuff so I can add stuff. Okay. This here is Brandon Herrera. Is it not showing? Remove your stuff, Bill.
Mine's removed.
Okay. Then why is it not adding to the there we go. Okay. This is Brandon Herrera. Okay. He is a Republican in the Texas District of 23. Okay. He's trying to get voted in as a U.S. congressman in that area. And I'll get to his opponent. And right now it's going on a runoff. The actual congressman for let me see here. There we go. Now, I'm not saying I support this guy, and I'll get into all this stuff right now, but this guy right here is the actual congressman right now. Is it showing up? No. Not showing, it's showing up. I think I got a lag or something. But anyways, this right here is Tony Gonzalez. It's not showing. But Tony Gonzalez is a rhino. He voted in, he really pretty much got in and was saying, oh, I'm a Republican. And I'm getting to the point. In that area for District 23, it's just like the our district 13. That you cannot be a Democrat and get voted in to Congress. There's no chance. You have to say you're Republican in that district, or they won't vote for you. And now we do have districts here in Texas that if for Congress and everything, if you say you could be voted in as a Democrat or a Republican, but yeah, is it bad? Yes, I think it's bad, because what if in hindsight, what if there is a Democratic opponent that actually might be good, and the representative that's in there right now that's a Republican is like a shit stain. Kind of like Ted Kennedy. Man, I'm surprised how long he fucking lasted. I'm not saying anything. It's you're upset because he was a Democrat. No, I'm upset that he killed a fucking person and still was holding office. That's my thing. I mean,
well, you know, you've got the redistricting fight right now, and the thing is, Republicans have done it a little bit, but Democrats have been full on for 30, 40 years doing the redistricting.
It's always the case, but there's a lot of stuff that's going on, especially like on the east side. Oregon's cleaning up their voting. They found out, I think, 80,000 were, and this isn't like immigration or anything like that. There were dead votes. There were dead people that were still voting. They were getting mail call. They get the mail-in ballots and everything. There was a woman that says, like, yeah, my uncle's been dead for a while, and I didn't like so-and-so, so I voted for him when I used his mail-in ballot. She freaking did voter fraud and admitted it. And they fined her. They didn't like arrest her or anything. They fined her. But in California, here's the strangest thing in California. Okay. I think it was LA. They had like 450,000 people show up for jury duty. And every one of them couldn't be a juror. You know why? Because they weren't U.S. citizens. How do you get on jury duties, Bill? You register to vote, Bill. I'm glad you answered that in a timely manner. You have to register to vote. And when you register to vote,
well, in Texas, you get a driver's license and you're automatically registered to vote.
Yeah. Which thing? I've been like rambling about a lot of stuff on the sources. So you're gonna have to be a little bit Pacific, Ryan.
I'll show you one thing real quick on the redistricting. They said in Virginia, "Oh, we're not going to redistrict. We're going to hold off on that." And then Spanberger gets up there and says, "Oh, we gotta do it because of Texas." So 52% of Virginia voters.
Hold off, Bill. Hold off, Bill.
Huh?
Stop. Okay. You don't. Okay. Getting a gun, if you buy it from a store, then you're automatically registered. There's no, you have to register that gun. It's automatically registered. Okay. Now there are certain laws, or not really laws, but stuff that actually happens to where you can, and I'm with this, okay? And this is a lot of people that are like constitutionalists and everything like that. Well, the Second Amendment, the XYZ. If you are a felon, I think you should have to register that gun. And yeah, that's what I'm. A gun shows you still have to do registration. A lot of people that actually isn't really a thing. If you go to a gun show, you still have to go through the process and fill out a form to buy it from a gun show. There are certain things that you do, personal selling, which I still think you should go through the process, honestly, because a lot of that stuff, a lot of the, like, everybody wants to go with, buying from a gun show, buying from this. A lot of the guns that actually go in and harm people, I mean, the Uvalde thing was Academy. They didn't go through their due diligence, and the other ones, most of the other ones for like mass shootings and everything, they actually go. They don't even. They steal the guns, and that whole thing. It's not making stuff up. And you can personally, if I feel like I've known my brother-in-law. Okay. We'll do this. Oh. No, you're just trolling now. So we're just gonna go ahead and anx that. You're just basically looking for a fight. Yeah, gun laws and everything like that. And it's not me looking up. You just want to make it to where you're the winner. All right, send me the article right now. You can pop it into the comments and I can look it up. See, I knew it. See, that's how you know it's a troll. They want to get their agenda on their stuff. And I was always saying the illegal immigrants were basically they couldn't do jury duty. Because you have to be a registered voter. You legally have to be a registered voter. And to be a registered voter, you have to be a citizen of the United States. But anyways, what else you got, Bill?
I stepped away on that one because I had nothing to add. And I just had to go really bad because my only weapon, I did not have to register, and I got it at a gun show.
Yeah, but when was that?
Well, it's a high velocity. Now high velocity blowgun. And even though it's 5 foot long and it's high velocity, I still did not have to register that.
How is it never a problem until Trump? We've always had this kind of problem. We who was the George Bush Al Gore thing when Al Gore was trying to get become president? It was the same thing. Yeah, even was it McCain was the first one with it was John McCain and Obama. John McCain said the same thing. It was about 25 years. Every opponent has always said the election fraud. See? Yeah. But did you have anything else, Bill?
Well, I was just saying that spam burger that you were talking about, and I was saying Virginia wasn't going to do redistricting. And right now, 52% of the Virginia's voters voted for Harris. And now, look how happy she is. They're going to end up getting 91% of the seats.
Really?
she just signed to redistrict Virginia.
Well, most of the redistricting happens like much every 10 years after they get a census. That's how it's
Right,
supposed
and that's the problem. There's these mid district or mid redistricting, and this is going to whatever the redistricting right now is going to affect the midterms now.
Yeah,
not the presidential. What the shit they're doing now, and she's like, well, because of Texas. Well, Texas did it to make it more fair because of the influx of illegals and the count of the people. You look at Illinois, and it is so nuts. Up in the Northeast, there's some states that have 0 Republican representatives. So the people are disenfranchised. They have 0 representation. And right now, 52% of the Virginia voters voted for Harris, and they're going to get 91% of the seats.
Wow. Well, is that it, Bill?
Yeah, no, I didn't have to register my blowgun, even though it's considered high velocity and could nail a squirrel to a picket fence. That's how they sold it.
All right.
Now I did have a friend out on a farm, and he said, let's hook your blowgun up to my air compressor.
Dude.
Yeah, that was cute. He cranked up his air compressor and connected the blowgun to it. He was a pretty interesting person. Vote blue. Why do you hate the country? Shit.
Yeah. Anyways, thank y'all for listening. Thank you all for watching. I'm David Ickerman.
And I'm Wild William.
Yeah, have fun, guys. Good talking with you. Later.
Later.